Hi, everybody. David, thanks for having me. Hi, my name is Jonny Stark. I am the founder of Secret Tel Aviv. I've also got my colleague Tanya here as well.
Hi.
So we're here today to talk a little bit about Tel Aviv and why we think it's such an amazing city. And anybody that's considering doing a degree in Tel Aviv, we're here to say, you know, academics are amazing, but living in this city is really awesome too. This city has got a bit of everything in it. You know, it's got like it's obviously got all the difficulties like with every regular city, you know, but it's got so many good things about it as well. You know, it's got the beautiful beaches, it's got the amazing people, the beautiful food, the incredible nightlife, all these special things all in one city. So my name's Jonny, like I said before. I have lost my presentation again. Okay. My name's Jonny. I founded a Facebook group called Secret Tel Aviv about 12 years ago. I moved to Israel about 12 years ago, and when I moved, I realized I came by myself. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know the language. So I created a Facebook group to meet new people. This community is now growing to 400,000 people. It's like one of the biggest communities in Israel. We also have a website. We have a newsletter. We carry, you know, we like to curate all the cool things that are happening in the city. So when I moved to Israel, I really moved for four main reasons. First of all, the high tech. Israel's got amazing high tech. The second reason was the food, and specifically hummus. The third reason was Tel Aviv's got an amazing nightlife, and I like to party. And the fourth reason was the incredible beaches that you have in Tel Aviv. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go through each one of these four different reasons and kind of explain through them, talk about why I love Tel Aviv, why they're so important, why Israel's so good at them. If anybody has any questions or anything, like I said, you know, jump in and I'll be happy to answer. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was the Israeli high-tech industry. Before I moved to Israel, I was really into high-tech. You know, I had a few startups before. I was trying to build websites, and I'm from the UK originally, and I always struggled to find like a tech partner. I'm not very technical, and I was looking for tech people. I used to come to Israel a lot for vacations and things, and every time I came and I chatted to people, you know, the high-tech industry in Israel is amazing, and everyone's talking about it, and everyone's so knowledgeable about it, that this just really kind of felt like a natural home to me. Just a few quick facts that I found about the Israeli high-tech industry. There are more than 6,000 high-tech companies and startups in Israel. This is the highest concentration of high-tech companies in the world apart from Silicon Valley. So, you know, there's a lot of innovation that goes on within Israel in the high-tech space. We also get a lot of investment as well. There's a lot of very successful Israeli high-tech companies, and we have the second most venture capital per capita per person than any other country in the world. Israel's also got the most companies listed on NASDAQ, which is, you know, the North American Stock Exchange. It's got the largest amount of companies listed outside of US and Canada. What's also interesting is it's not just that we've got amazing companies in Israel, but a lot of the top high-tech companies that you know globally have also got development centers within Israel, things like Microsoft, Google, Apple, Intel. They all have development centers in Israel. A lot of the features that you see on a lot of things like Facebook and whatever are developed within Israel. And actually the chips that you guys are using in phones and computers and stuff, a lot of those are developed by the Intel Israel office as well. So there's an amazing high-tech industry in Israel. You'll see on the bottom right as well, I've got like a few of the global kind of brand names that you might be familiar with that are all Israeli, that you may not know are Israeli companies. Companies like Monday.com, which is like a globally leading software for organizing your work and organizing your teams. Wix.com, which is, you know, for building websites. Fiverr, which is for finding part-time work, whatever. Waze, which I think nowadays most people use around the world to find your way around cities. Payoneer, which a lot of people are using to transfer funds and stuff. So these are all Israeli companies. Israel is also one of only 9 countries that can launch its own satellites into space as well. So we're a small country in Israel of only 8 million people, but the amount of innovation that goes on in this country is crazy. So that was my first real reason for moving to Israel, was just to really get myself in the middle of the Israeli high-tech industry. I think maybe I'll just you know, a few reasons why the Israeli high-tech industry is so amazing in my opinion. I think first of all, first of all, I guess the first one is kind of the tech side of it. So first of all, there is mandatory army for everybody that lives in Israel, kids in Israel, and a lot of kids in Israel will join the intelligence or the coding departments within the army, and they learn how to do coding. So instead of going to university or whatever, they're learning coding within the army, and it's a lot of cutting edge stuff, things around navigation or artificial intelligence or cyber, all these kind of things. Israel's a leading force in these countries, and there's a lot of stuff that people have learned in the army. Our second thing, I think, on the tech side of stuff is immigration. There was a very large Russian immigration in the 80s, 90s, and I think a lot of the people that moved over then were very, very good at programming as well. So I think the first thing is the tech side of stuff. The second thing that makes it really important is the community. Within Israel, there's a very close-knit community within the high tech, and people are very helpful. There's a very strong VC community. There's lots of events. If you're interested in high tech, you can go to a different high tech meetup every single night. It's easy to network with people as well. I think the first job I got in Israel when I moved was in Microsoft, and I just went to like a networking event, and I met a guy there, and I gave him my CV, and then a few months later he phoned me up and said, "Okay, I've got a job for you." It's very informal. There's not like the standard interview stuff, and it's very easy to get in touch with the right people. So I think that's the second reason, is the community side of thing. I think the third reason is it's an Israeli word. It's chutzpah. If you move to Israel, it's a very important word that you need to know, which is chutzpah. It's almost like when somebody's got chutzpah, they're like a little bit, I don't know if it translates, there's a word in English, cheeky, or how would you say chutzpah? What's a good definition of chutzpah, do you think?
Attitude, not a lot attitude, but a lot of like strength inside of you.
Yeah, like confidence. Yeah, you have like the confidence attitude, basically, is chutzpah.
Brass neck.
Huh? A brass
neck.
So, there's a lot of chutzpah in Israel. People, I think, what I've noticed in Israel, if people see there's a problem, they don't wait for somebody else to go and fix it. They'll come up and develop their solution themselves, and coming from the UK, it's definitely not like that. And it's something that surprises me every day, and it's not just on high tech. I mean, it's across everything. But if someone's got a problem, here they go out and they fix it. And I think that's something, so that also comes from the chutzpah side of stuff. It's the confidence that they can go out and fix stuff or come up with solutions. So, I think those three reasons specifically, the tech skills, the community, and the chutzpah, are really important to why we have a very successful high-tech industry in Israel. So if you're interested in high-tech, or if you want to get involved in high-tech, then I think, coming and studying in Tel Aviv is a great stepping stone to getting into the Israeli high-tech industry. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing, or the second reason I came here, was the food. So I am a big foodie. I love eating. You can't see my belly here, but it's quite big, and it's growing the longer I stay in Israel. There's over 4,000 restaurants in Israel, in Tel Aviv. There's a huge variety of different restaurants. The local delicacies are things like hummus, which is, I love. Hummus is like chickpeas and lemon, chickpeas basically, mushed up chickpeas. There's falafel, which again is chickpeas, but this time they're deep fried. There's tahina, which is like a lovely sesame kind of paste, which is served everywhere on everything. There's shawarma. So if you look at the bottom of this picture on the left here, there's a shawarma kebab, which I love. It's like a meat, and you cut it down, and it's like a doner kebab, I guess is like a Turkish equivalent. Something called a sabich, which I think I introduced you to recently. Yeah. That was the first time you'd had sabich. So this picture here on the right is a sabich, which is like a great vegetarian snack. So it's got, it's a very strange mix of stuff. You get like deep fried eggplants, and then you put in some potatoes and some eggs and some herbs and some tahina and hummus, obviously. And it's like a really delicious delicacy. It's like, local street food. So, you've got all of your local delicacies here, but there's also loads of international restaurants and cosmopolitan restaurants as well. So, we've got everything here. We've got Indian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, Thai restaurants, Mediterranean restaurants. A whole mix of amazing restaurants. We've got brilliant chef restaurants as well. A little plug for Secret Tel Aviv. You know, if you want to find out about any of these restaurants, we have loads of food and drinks guides on the Secret Tel Aviv website. You can just Google, like, you know, Secret Tel Aviv food and drink, and you'll be able to see all the different categories that we have, and just get like a nice overview to the different foods and restaurants and things that you can get here. We also have a Secret Tel Aviv Instagram account, which Tanya manages. We kind of really got working on it in the last 3 months or so. So in the Instagram account, you'll see like little reels of some of our favorite places as well. You know, some of these videos have had like 250,000 views. We've got videos, mainly street food. I mean, we've really been focusing on kind of the cheaper end of things. So it's mainly street food and cakes and things like this. So that's the second reason for moving for me, was the delicious food. David, what's your favorite restaurant in Tel Aviv?
I like Yafo Tel Aviv. I think it's still there, which is also nice. I like Guccia as well. You know, Guccia, the seafood one on the corner of Dizengoff and is it Gordon?
Gordon or Ben Gurion or somewhere like that.
Yeah, that one there. That's one of my favorite restaurants. But I do a lot of deliveries instead. I have a son, so I tend to get deliveries from Wilt more often than not. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. There's a lovely Italian I like that I get food delivered from. It's actually up in Ramat Aviv Gimel, and I do it quite a lot. Serafina, they do a nice Italian delivered homemade food. Yeah, it's a great place.
I don't know if it's appropriate or not. I've got a story about Gucci actually from when I first moved to Israel. We're not appropriate, but I started it, so I'll finish it. I remember I took a girl on a date to Gucci like 10 years ago, and I've never forgotten. I've never been back again since. I should really give him another try. Actually. I took a French girl on a date to Gucci, and I don't speak French. You know, we talked before about chutzpah and stuff. You know, like I'm sitting there with the girl on the date, and the waiter comes over and he speaks French. He was a French guy and starts chatting her up in the middle of our date. You know, that was like chutzpah basically. So I don't think I ever went back again since. But I know a lot of people do like it. I just was a bit.
It's one of my favorite. I haven't been there for years, but I used to go regularly. One of the first places I went to, and I do like it.
Yeah, I should definitely give it another try, I think.
For sure.
Anyway, so that's the second reason, is the restaurants and the food. It's got amazing food. The third reason, it's got an amazing nightlife. There's over 1,000 bars and clubs in Tel Aviv. There's something for everyone. I mean, I've got a couple of pictures. I'll just talk through the pictures, I guess. The first picture, the picture on the left, is my favorite bar in Tel Aviv. It's a bar called Tedder. It's like a big outdoor bar. It's amazing in the summer. They have loads of events. They have delicious food as well. They've got an amazing pizza there. They have nice pictures of beer. I think they've still got the pictures of beer, like the big, you get like a jug of beer which you can go through with your friends. It's quite reasonably priced. So that's my favorite bar, is Tedder. The picture on the right, and actually also relates to Tedder, is hipsters. I don't know if you know this term or not, but it's a very important term if you're going to move to Tel Aviv. There are a lot of hipsters in Tel Aviv, and they are how would you say, like main organizers of nightlife, or main inspirators of.
They're the staple of nightlife.
Yeah, like all the coolest bars seem to be hipsters. You can always tell the hipsters. I don't know if you're familiar in Israel. You know, we get a lot of. I don't know if you're familiar at all with like the Jewish religious people, which have got the big beards and the black caps and all this kind of stuff. The hipsters look a little bit like these guys. You know, you've got a lot of hipsters around. They've got these big beards. They wear these crazy shirts and corduroy trousers and sunglasses and yeah. So there's a lot of hipsters around. But you know, they like, for example, you know, I always call Hedda like the Mecca of hipsters. So you know, there's like a really good hipster vibe here, and you know, I think it all adds to like a really fun place to be. But you know, there's not just the hipster bars as well. I mean, there's stuff for everybody. They've got great cocktail bars, great jazz clubs, great nightclubs. You can dance all night. Great places just to go for friends with a drink. Great rooftop bars. You know, really something for everyone. They've got amazing live music as well. So a lot of what we're doing in Secret Tel Aviv is we have a calendar on our website with all the cool events that are going on. You know, every night there is like, you know, 2 or 3 really cool local concerts. Actually, we also have a WhatsApp group that we send out events of the day. And, you know, every day we're pulling out 5 or 6 amazing events and parties that are happening throughout the city. So that's the third thing. David, you're smiling. Have you got any comments on this?
I was just laughing to myself because I'm, 42 with a 5-year-old son, so I tend not to go out to nightlife. I think the last nightclub I was in was with your fair last year, and I haven't been in the bar since then.
Well, I hate to admit it, I'm trying to say this is why we've got Tanya. I'm 42 with a 6-year-old kid, but we've got Tanya here. She's half our age and she's doing much more partying than we are, so she knows as well. What are your views on the nightlife here? What do you think about it here?
I'm a really huge fan also of Tedder and of Hotel 16. These 2 of my favorite bars, and I don't know, I love it.
2 very
different. The weather is perfect, and you can go anywhere you want to. And also in the center, if you will be in the center of Tel Aviv, there are like million bars, million clubs, and you will find something that will suit you and something for a great night.
Our students love the nightlife in Tel Aviv. That's one thing they do. They do tell us is, obviously they love Tel Aviv as a whole, in general as a city, but yeah, they do love the nightlife and nightclubs and bars here as well. They do love it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing actually, Tanya mentioned a nice point as well. It's welcoming to everybody. It's not like there's bars for one type of people or bars for another type of people, whatever. You go to other cities and there's like, let's say for example, gay bars or something. Where there's specific bars just for gay people and gay areas, whatever. In Tel Aviv, there's such a mix. There's not specific gay bars because everybody's out welcome in every bar. Like there's really kind of a it's a very liberal city as well, and it's very welcoming for everybody. So you'll fit right in as well. I've got a couple of minutes left. The last thing that I want to talk about is the beaches. You can't have a conversation about Tel Aviv without talking about the beaches. I'm from the UK. I'm from Manchester, which is the north of UK. We have rain about 199 days a year. Probably my most important reason for moving to Israel was the sun. I'm not a big fan of walking around in the rain. I'm not a big fan of being cold. And the weather in Tel Aviv is amazing. Actually, a couple of months even, it's a bit too hot. I mean, July, August, I don't know if you have courses running in July, August. You have some of the summer courses.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is real beach weather. That is like, lectures in the morning, straight to the beach, to the sea to cool down afterwards.
But we have aircon here though, so it's lovely in the summer here. It's very hot. It can be too hot, but luckily we have aircon. Every place has aircon. Even bus stops sometimes have
apart
aircon.
From my apartment, actually, in our office,
really?
Which is broken at the moment, but we'll fix
poor you.
But anyway, so the weather's amazing. The beaches are amazing. There's like 200 kilometers of beautiful Mediterranean coastline in Israel. We've got over 50 public beaches. I personally think the best beaches are in Tel Aviv. There's a beach for everyone as well. I mean, if you look on the bottom left here, we kind of go through all the different beaches. There's a beach for kids. The Metzitzim beach is like a kids beach. There's a beach for religious people, that don't want to be wearing little clothes or whatever. There's a beach for dogs. There's the gay beach. There's the Hilton beach is like a kind of sophisticated waiter beach. There's a Gordon Beach Fisherman Bograshov, which is like the everyman beach. That's kind of the locals beach. There's like the South Tel Aviv beaches, like the Gula and the Banana Beach, which is like kind of a lot of the hipsters are going to. There's the different beaches. It's kind of quite cliquey. It's like depending on who you are, then you find your favorite beach. And I feel at home there, I guess. What's your favorite beach?
The Gordon.
The Gordon Beach, your mainstream beach. I'm probably one of the South Tel Aviv. I'm probably like the Gulas or the hipster beaches. I used to be a waiter as well on the Hilton Beach for a little bit, for a couple of weeks. I was bringing people Arctics, ice creams and beers on the beach. But yeah, so I love the beach. It's amazing. The weather's amazing. And so it's a great city. I think, for those 4 reasons, it's a really special city, and a million more reasons as well, I guess. But I think it's an amazing city. And look, if you guys want to read any more, sorry again to plug Secret Tel Aviv. If you want to read any more, get to know Secret Tel Aviv, we have lots of different channels. You can go to our website where you can read all about our food and drinks guides. We've got our calendars, you can see the events. We've got our Facebook group, which you can come and join, which is now 420,000 members. We've got Instagram, so you can see all the videos that we're putting out there, and TikTok. We've got WhatsApp groups as well with like best events going on. So, if you're trying to get a feel for Tel Aviv, check out Secret Tel Aviv, check out all of our different material. Feel free to reach out if you've got any questions as well. And we hope to see you in the city very soon.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jonny. You
Cool.
made me think, oh, I've lived here a number of years, and sometimes I forget just how wonderful the city is. And then you need to get reminded of it after living here for 11 years almost. So wonderful. Listen, thank you so much for coming here and chatting with people. We had a couple of people here in the Zoom, plus some people watching it on the live stream as well. So you can sense your enthusiasm about Tel Aviv. It's a great place. It's a wonderful, vibrant city. It was voted the Mediterranean capital of cool, I think, by the New York Times. It is truly an amazing place that you really need to come and see it and experience it and feel it to understand what it's really like to live here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm also very, very happy to live here as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, wonderful. Okay,
Okay,
well,
well.
thank you so much, Jonny, for coming today. I appreciate it, and thank you to everyone who's watched either the Zoom session here or you're watching on the YouTube live stream. We have a couple of classes continuing, a couple of live stream classes tonight and tomorrow, just for you to experience academia and get a taste of what's here waiting for you. And then on Thursday, we have a international student panel on Zoom that are available to answer any questions anybody has about coming to study with us. So thank you very much. Thank you, Jonny. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a great day.
Bye.
Take care.